Howdy, Possum Patty here, and I'm just journaling, so why don't you come along and do some journaling too? This is my garden journal, and it's on the table because I did some in this for what's on my desk Wednesday. And all the stuff is still here, and I do have quite a few things I want to put in here. So I did the daffodils back on the 23rd. I did the nasturtiums on the 23rd. And on the 29th, I actually bought some lavender plants. I bought 6 lavender plants on April 29th because Mr. Possum wanted to plant some sunflowers in a certain area of the yard. And I said, well, the rabbits and deer are just going to eat the sunflowers. But the only thing they haven't eaten so far are the lavender plants. So I have a little bit of a clip from that day over on the side of the yard where I was going to plant them. So I think I'll play that first. This is the drain field for our septic system. There's 2 scarecrows down there at the end. And this is where Mr. Possum wanted to grow sunflowers. But I'm afraid that the deer are just going to come eat them. So I'm going to try to plant some lavender. And we just got back from Walmart. And I bought 6 little lavender plants to start with. These already have some blooms on them. And I'm just looking at how lumpy this is, because it looked like somebody tried to drive a tractor or something down there. There's rocks, there's wood, all kinds of things growing. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this. Okay, well, first things first, my periwinkle or creeping myrtle or whatever you wish to call it, that I planted for over in this area, had somehow moved over to that area. And I think the flower fairies come at night and do this, because I know I planted it here next to the daisies. Those are my daisies over there. And they had moved over to there. So I dug them up and I'm putting them back where they belong, and I hope they stay this time. And I started clearing an area for the lavender, and I've gone about 2 feet out and like 4 feet wide or something, and there's only like 998 more feet to go. I think this is going to be a lifetime project. By the time this whole thing ever gets planted, I doubt it ever will, but we'll do a little bit of work over here, the part that's closest to the house anyway, and I doubt we'll get way down there. Well, that day I only had 2 of the plants in the ground because it was a lot of work digging up the roots and the rocks and smoothing it out. But I got 2 in the ground, and 4 sat there until today, which is May 11th. And today I got the other 4 in the ground. I took a picture. There they are. And so I just want to put that on the page. So that is the 29th and May 11th. I have a couple of the sticks from the plants. These are Bonnie lavender. And what I don't like about this information is they don't give you the hardiness on this. On you what it says, go to bonnieplants.com. I'll be right back. Okay, I just looked it up. It said hardy to zone 5. Could be tricky in areas with high rainfall in the winter. Plant above a retaining wall, which is where it is actually. It's on top of the mound over the drain field. So I'm hoping the drain field has good drainage. It should. That's what it's designed for. And I was going to put one of these in here somehow. And this background is kind of busy. I might put something on there. Layer it up. Do I have purple paper? I might have purple paper somewhere. Lavender color paper would be nice. Ooh. Wait, stand by. I'm going to the other side of the room and I'm coming back. Here I am. Tissue box with lavender on it. Look at that. That would make an awesome pocket. An awesome pocket. And would look really pretty with either a very light lavender or mint green background. And not this busy thing here. So let me go to my stash o' paper. Okay, don't lose those. I have dark purple, lavender, light green, and dark green. And I think what I have to do is open up this box and get a flat piece and hold it up against the colors. I guess I could have prepped this ahead of time, right? I'm never ready. I just sit down and start. Okay, we're getting there. There should be a seam here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Okay. Guess we could start on this side. So it was a really nice day today. We hadn't had really good weather lately. And that's why it's taken me so long to get this lavender in the ground. Of course, I went out and bought some sweet alyssum. And now I have to plant that. And I really need to go clean out my black-eyed Susan bed out in front of the stone wall. Okay, that is not the right green. That is not the right green. That might be nice, or we can go with that. Or both of them. Audition, audition, audition. I think I like the lavender color. Okay, I am going to cut this down to the size of this page. Or you know what? I could skip this page because I think I've got another April page I got to put in before I do that. So why don't I just cover this white page with this lavender? Because I have a couple pictures here somewhere I printed out from the other day. I believe that was in April too. And I could just put those on that page. And it's all good. It's all good. Then there's some plants over on the other side of the house that I kind of forgot about. So Mr. Possum doesn't like to mow around a lot of things, so I try to put things around the edge of the yard. Except for he made a couple rock gardens, but you know. And I put the nasturtiums in one, and I started zinnia seeds for the other one. And they just started coming up today. One of them poking up. I didn't take a picture of them. But I could still journal about it. I don't know what that is there. Something in my way. Okay, I'm just going to do what? So I can put the pocket on and then glue it down. Do I want to sew? I haven't sewed in quite a while. I could sew. Oh, this is cardboard, but it should sew okay. Maybe if I peel this off, that'll help. Okay, I'm going to go sew, only because I haven't sewn in a journal in a couple of days, so that might be fun. Just a little bit bigger here. You know what, I can sew it down and then trim it if I have to. Oh, it's always an adventure to go over to the sewing machine. One of these days I'll have to take you with me. So I opened up the drawer and I found this, and I said, oh, that's almost like a lavender, maybe a little bit towards orchid, but I said that would look nice. And then I realized that this is vintage. It's got a wooden spool, talon, 29 cents. I said, wow. Well, I used it. The outside, it had about that much of a discolored thread. It was kind of brown, so I just pulled that off. That's kind of nasty. I don't know if it was dirty or whatever, but I got rid of it. And I found this herringbone sort of pattern. So I used that. So this is going to get glued down here. But I'm thinking now that this is very plain up here. And that paper with the fairies is still on my desk. Let me see where that is. Let's see. I could put, looks like Tinkerbell, doesn't it? Just something like that. Could put a strip of fairies across the top. Happy birthday. I could just put that one right there. Alright, I'm going to cut that one out. See how that looks, and this all has to get glued down. Well, if I spent as much time in the garden as I do journaling about the garden, I think the gardens would look a little better. But you can only do so much in a day. I'm not going to worry about it. I think I used this on another page. I use that in here. I use that. Oh yeah, see, here she is, but it's a different one. It's a large one. This is a little one. Oops, I knew I was going to do that. Cut it. That's alright, it's going to get glued down. Don't get distracted. So that's going to go there. Purple ink is still here too. Let's do some purple inking. Kind Kind of rough up those edges so they're not so clean and neat. Because who wants that? This is my Stays On purple I was using yesterday over there. You know, I love to just sit down and journal. And it's not always all about making ephemera and stenciling and stamping and making tags and all that stuff. It's just sit down and journal. And this is pretty thick, so I could probably use my tacky glue, which I really need to buy some more of. Where's my spreader? There's one of them. Yeah, I really need to buy some more tacky glue, although I got a lot of that stinky glue. And I do have a couple of glue sticks. It feels like I got a little sun on my face today out there planting the lavender. Need a little color after the winter. And what I have been doing, which I should have done here probably, is putting the glue stick and just putting a little tacky glue around the edge. And that seems to be working really well. I can't believe how fast, there's my phone, looking at the picture from the first time I was out there doing the lavender until today, and the woods have really gotten green the last couple days. Just a little bit of sun and warm weather, and all the leaves are popping out. I love when the woods get green. Hope that was even. Almost. Almost even. Can I pull it apart? Sometimes you can't do this without pulling the paper apart. Alright, whatever that is has to stay. Where's my new spreader? This is my new toy. I think it was better the first time. Oh well, we'll live with it. We'll live with it. Let's see. Not like a big truck coming down the street. And here it comes. That's the neighbor. And oh, he's got a big load today. Wow, a big one. And the top too. Wow, I really didn't get that on very straight. Should have left it the first time. Okay, I'm going to put this on, I think. Do I want some paper under it? There's a scrap here sitting on the desk. That's kind of interesting. What if I glued it to this and ripped it around just to make it a little more interesting? Okay, now I didn't have this standing on its head. Okay, here we go. Oop. just a little more interesting. Stand it on its head. There we go. Put it down on that blob of glue right there. Okay. Just wanted to add a little green. See how nice? I love it. I love it. I love it. Glue again, glue again. Glue this down, and the pictures, what am I going to do with the pictures? Probably make tags or something. Oh, here's the top. With the pictures. Now, I only used this paper because it was sitting here on the desk. All right, let's see. Sometimes you have to clip the edges. Make sure they stick. Okay, now I'm going to let that dry for a minute and think about the tags. Okay, I was looking in the drawer for some more of this paper, and I came across this stack, which I had bought on clearance for $4.97, probably quite a while ago. This is a DCWV. Really nice stack. And I don't know, it's just sitting in the bottom of the drawer, not getting used. And I just pulled it out. And I like these purple and green ones. This one's pretty too. And just use up some stuff I haven't used in a while. How nice these go together, wow. I don't need that much, but that's okay. I can use that for another page. And I cut these out from that fairy paper pack. They give you these little square cut aparts. And I love this image. And I actually tried to copy it way back at the beginning here. Made a large journaling card. Not really, well, it inspired me. Doesn't really look the same, but you know, look at, just so pretty. I can't stand up and see what it looks like in the lens. There we go. Because I got a kitty in my lap. I gotta pick my kitty up. And a pretty purple one. So I was thinking of doing some journaling cards. Oh, you know what? If I use this, where am I gonna write? These might not work so well. So I don't know if I could write on this. Could write on this side, I guess. I'm not going to be writing too much. Just the date. For some reason, I want to use these. Okay, which other one? These two. This one. Maybe these two. Save those for another page. Do two different styles. wonder if I could write up there. It's kind of got like a texture to it. Alright, let me move this out of the way. We don't know how it's going to look until we do it. Oh, I got the cat on my lap. I got to bend down and get some paper here. And glue. Oh, I didn't have my glue standing on his head. Oh, yeah, this is that thin paper. So let me get the glue stick. I planted lavenders next to the house. Summer before last, I think it was. And they survived the winter. Or maybe it was last summer. Okay, maybe I did that last year. I'd have to look back in journaling and see. I'm chronologically challenged. I don't remember dates for anything. Not for anything. Temporally challenged, chronologically challenged. I don't remember when. I remember things happen, I just don't remember the dates. Of when they happened. All right, spreader tool. Cutter. Feel like a surgeon. Okay, I'm trying to do this with a kitty in my lap. I could cut this like a tag. Leave the white, and right on the white, like that. And then if I don't like how it comes out, I can cut that off and write right on there. I try not to write on there though. Let's see, which picture do I want to put on here? Isn't that pretty? Okay, so this is going to be April. I know I wrote it down somewhere. Isn't that funny? At the bottom of the pile. Yep. April 29. So this one is April 29. And ooh, should I layer it? Wouldn't that be pretty? All right, with just a thin, I gotta get the cat down. I gotta stand up, see what I'm doing. Thin layer of this lavender on there. I went a little thin there. Let's see, we'll cut this a little bit. Cut this a little bit. Don't want too much, just a little tiny. Oh, that was too small. Okay. Get trim. I'll be trimming this till there's nothing left. That's okay. No problem. One more. Not too thin. Perfect. Possum perfect. Possum perfect. You don't have to worry about it. Possum perfect. Okay. That's going to go there. What do we want to use? We can use this, right? Right. This is a little bit of cardstock, so maybe I don't want it to curl up at the edges. Paper stays down pretty good with the glue stick, but sometimes the cardstock and food packaging, stuff like that, curls up a little bit. So, standing up again. I get glue in my fingers. Use my shirt sleeve tool. Try not to get globs of glue like I did the other picture. Okay. Straight enough. Straight enough. Yeah. So this side, I'm just going to put the date. That's getting all sticky. If I don't like it, I'm just going to cut it off. I got a Sharpie. I got ultra fine, fine. Where's my glaze? I got a glaze. I love the glaze pens. Oh, you know what I could do? Oh, there's a brand new one. Gotta take the tip off. Ooh, nice and juicy. Let's see. I bet you this will write on there. I like glaze. It gives it a little dimension and it's very shiny. April 29th. You can't write really small though, because it's got a thick point. April 29. I'll just put 22. 6 pots. Oh, here comes the cat again. All right. Lavende, lavender. Okay, now you gotta let it dry a second because it is dimensional. It will still be shiny when it dries, but you don't want to shmoo it. Okay, so that's the lavender pots, and this is the lavender in the ground. So let's do the same thing. I'm going to use a different paper. And I'm going to glue this down. Kitty's purring. Aw. She has to stand in my arm. She has to get in my face, and I can't see what I'm doing because she has to. Well, it's like I have to look at her. Okay, I looked at you. Look at me some more. Come on, get down. When I practice my keyboard, she tries to stand on my arm while I'm trying to play. And it is not comfortable at all. I'll put enough glue on there. Too busy yakking about the kitty. So we had a recital on Tuesday. I played Fly Me to the Moon. Frank Sinatra, fly me to the moon. Let me play among the stars. And I did good. I did good. And then this other guy got up and play, and his wife was telling me Oh, he practices 4 hours a day. And I'm like, oh my gosh, 4 hours a day? I'm going to have to up my game. I only practice 1 hour a day. 1 hour a day. Of course, I think he's been playing longer than I have. But 4 hours a day, Mamma Mia. That's like a concert pianist. Okay, well, let's put the picture on because I'll be able to turn it over once I put the glue. When I printed out the pictures, I printed this little tiny border. It's hard to see. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Like little pink flowers around the edge. That Canon Ivy printer has stickers and borders. Peel and stick. Peel and stick. Let's see. Oh, I put that one on lavender. I'm going to put this one on lavender too. Why not? Let's see. I'll leave a little room and then I'll trim it down. Let's see if I can do this one without getting it too skinny. If I practice 4 hours a day, I'll have no time for journaling. So you know that's not going to happen. They are both equally, ooh, that one got skinny, equally important to me. I enjoy my keyboard. Wow, that one even got skinnier. Oops. Oh, I feel like I'm a good distance away, but then when I cut it, it doesn't matter. Good enough. Good enough, good enough, good enough. We had a lot of really good songs this past session. We do 10-week sessions. We do 8 songs, then we do a review, and then we do like a recital. And you get to pick whichever song you want to. We had from, you know, the lessons we had. And we had some really good songs this time. We had Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles and Light My Fire. I Will Survive. We had a disco. We usually don't get disco. He gives us quite a variety. He usually does like, see how that just popped up? Because of cardstock. Purple is cardstock. So I put a little bit of this in the corner. Hopefully that'll hold that down. Interesting use of patterns here. I like to mix them up. Mix them up, mix them up. Yeah, sometimes we have like a classical, you know, like a swing big band, like a 60s. Maybe an old show tune. It really mixes it up. Okay, this is May 11th. 22. Lavender planted. Lavender. I'm sure this is interesting watching me write. Planted. We spend 1 week with each song, but it gives us like a music theory lesson, which is really interesting because I don't know anything about music theory and chords and all that stuff. And if you're a musician, what we are working on right now is the circle of fifths. Okay, I wasn't watching the camera and it went off. I put a little hole punch here. Gonna put one of the tags from the 6 pots of lavender. I don't think I need all 6 in the book. I could save them for my junkie maybe, my trashy. Put one tag in there. I've got my 2 photos when I bought them. Oops, upside down. And when I put them in the ground. Oh, I didn't put them the same way, did I? No, I did not. I always put something upside down. No big deal. No big deal. I wonder if these are dry enough to stick in here. Put my little tag right there. If I had a tiny butterfly, I would put it right up there in the corner. Why, I don't know. Let me see if I have a tiny purple one. Okay, I found this butterfly from this Tim Holtz pack called Field Notes. I love that. And I think it really looks good with this fairy over here. So I think I'm just going to stick that up in the corner and call this journaling page done, which I think I already did, but now I'm doing it again. All right, put a little glue on there. I need to go outside and plant my alyssum. Okay, this is the next day from when I started this page, because I didn't finish it last night. I always get interrupted. Very, very, very seldom do I ever just sit down and do the whole page and get it filmed and get it done. Very seldom. It always takes me like 2 or 3 times of coming into the room and getting a page done. Or more. Or more. Okay, well, now this is done. And I have more gardening to do. Plus I have to backtrack and do this page. So I just want to wish everybody happy junk journaling. And it is junk journaling because I have the Kleenex box here. Garden journaling because I journaled about my garden. And thanks for coming along today. Bye-bye.